Hey guys, what's up? Here is Max. Not long ago on the channel, I brought you the continuation of that story where Goku achieves a new angelic transformation and challenges Beerus to a fight. And in that video, I promised you that if the video reached the minimum goal of 1,000 likes, I would bring the continuation of the story as soon as possible. Well, you did your part in that video, and very quickly by the way, so I'm here to do my part too, bringing you part 3 of this plot. But before I start, I repeat what I said in that video. For the story to continue, this video has to reach the minimum goal of 1,000 likes, and when that happens, I'll bring you part 4 as fast as I can. If you already know the story and like it, leave your like now at the beginning of the video so you don't forget later. And if you still don't know this story but found the idea interesting, leave a like now too. And if you don't like the plot, you can remove it later. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you won't miss the next part of this story or the next videos on the channel. Now let's stop stalling and get down to business, shall we? Stay connected in the channel and let's go to the video. In the sky, above the planet of the god of destruction, Goku and Beerus face each other. The Hakaishin is surrounded by energy of destruction, and his fists are coated with this energy. Even far from the opponent, Beerus makes the movement of a punch, launching a sphere of destructive energy from his hand that goes towards Goku, who deflects and leaves a large mountain on the planet to be completely destroyed a few kilometers away. After launching this attack, Beerus takes advantage of the time for Goku to dodge and approaches him at incredible speed to hit a punch at the Saiyan, who dodges the attack with great skill and counterattacks the Hakaishin with another punch, which is also dodged by the destroyer. But Beerus is smart and surprises Goku by grabbing his wrist with his tail, then points a hand at the mortal as he builds up power. Goku immediately reacts by also amassing power in one of his hands and pressing it against Beerus' hand. When both hands are pressed against each other, they release power at the same time, causing an explosion that sends them flying apart. Goku is the first to react, teleporting himself to Beerus' back and trying a kick, which is deflected by the Hakaishin, who notices the attack and crouches down. And after dodging the blow, Beerus points his hand at Goku and uses his Hakai in the form of a great wave of power that completely engulfs the mortal warrior. Beerus smiles and predicting that the Saiyan has escaped the attack and will go for his back again. He anticipates it and points his hand towards where Goku would appear. And when Goku appears behind him, apparently finishing a teleportation, the Hakaishin releases his energy in the form of a stake, piercing the protagonist's chest. But to the destroyer's surprise, that Goku was just a mirage. The real Goku didn't move and took his attack head on. When Beerus realizes this and turns around, it was too late, and then he is hit by a strong blow from the Saiyan, which throws him very violently against the ground. From the ground, Beerus faces Goku with a smile, saying he didn't expect that. Goku returns the smile, replying that if he wants to fight someone as smart as Beerus, he needs to innovate in his combat tactics. They advance towards each other again and from afar, and their combat is seen only as multiple figures and waves of impacts around the planet. Before we continue watching this fight, I would like to invite you to go check out our Patreon, which is the only way for you to help us return with the production of the Dragon Ball Hakai manga. Those who are watching the latest videos here on the channel know that we need to stop the production of the manga due to the lack of resources, and we are counting on your help to continue with the production of the manga. Through our Patreon, you can help with the return of Dragon Ball Hakai and receive some exclusive benefits here on the channel. Go check it out later, the link is in the video description. Now let's continue. Vegeta, Brawley, and Whis observe everything from a region of the sky. Vegeta and Brawley are very impressed watching that fight, while Whis just watches everything very attentively like a scientist, analyzing an experiment. Vegeta comments on how much Kakarot's power has increased, and comments that earlier he told Beerus that he was going to contain his power. Vegeta is having a hard time believing that Kakarot is fighting at this level and pushing Beerus like this while containing power, and asks Whis if this is true. Whis responds by explaining that for now Goku is holding back, but is gradually increasing his power as the fight progresses. Whis says that Goku is definitely still having trouble controlling this new transformation, so he's holding back for safety reasons, and as he discovers his new powers, he's unleashing more and more. The Angel even claims that although Goku seems very calm and confident, he's probably very afraid of losing control and ending up suffering damage because of all that power. If that happens, the fight is over in an instant. In short, despite looking confident, Goku is walking a very fine line right now. After hearing about Kakarot, Vegeta asks about Beerus. Is he really using his full power? Whis responds that Beerus certainly isn't sparing any effort in this fight, but despite this he is controlling himself not to over-release his power. Whis can't tell if the Hakaishin is doing this out of fear of wasting too much energy and getting himself into a bad situation, or if he's just trying to prolong the fight. Brawley says that from what Whis is saying, Beerus could end this fight whenever he wants, but the Angel replies that this is not what he means. He explains that the fact that Goku is still adapting to this new transformation certainly gives Beerus the option to take advantage of this to try for a quick victory. But this victory is not guaranteed, so there is a risk that the Destroyer will try too hard for a quick victory and end up not achieving that victory. If that happens, Beerus will lose energy much faster, and Goku would be at a huge disadvantage. Based on everything Whis explained, Vegeta concludes that possibly Beerus is waiting for an opening from Goku, and when that happens, he will attack with full power, without hesitation. If that's the case, the chance of Beerus killing Goku in this fight are pretty high. Whis agrees and says that the God of Destruction's big ego won't let him accept the idea of defeat, so he will do whatever is necessary to win this fight, and that includes killing Goku even if he doesn't want to. Goku, on the other hand, doesn't have that kind of essence, so he's probably fighting with no intention of killing Beerus. Even though he doesn't want to show it, Vegeta is worried about Kakarot, and in his thoughts he tells his rival not to be a real soft-hearted idiot this time, for if he wanted to start a battle on such a high level, he must be willing to do anything to win. Goku and Beerus exchange intense blows across the planet, leaving trails of destruction across that territory. In this exchange of blows, Beerus is being more and more pressured, defending and dodging Goku's blows with a little difficulty. Goku praises the Hakaishin, saying that his mastery over Ultra Instinct is a little more advanced than he thought, but that still isn't enough to compare with Ultimate Ultra Instinct. After saying these things, Goku lands a hard punch to Beerus' abdomen, who notoriously takes the hit very hard. The Hakaishin gets angry and attacks Goku with a sequence of hundreds of blows, which the Saiyan masterfully dodges while retreating towards a mountain. And when Goku reaches the mountain and has nowhere else to retreat, Beerus ends his sequence with a final punch, from which the Saiyan escapes by resting his feet on the rocks and doing an acrobatics over the opponent, leaving only the stones behind him to be hit by the Hakaishin's punch and explodes. After the mountain is blown up by his punch, Beerus stands there for a moment panting. Goku behind him, but at a safe distance, says that Beerus' Ultra Instinct doesn't compare to his, so the Destroyer's defensive ability is inferior. Also, although the Hakai gives Beerus great offensive power, all that power isn't as useful if he can't land his punches. What's more, it wasn't just Goku's defense that improved, but his offense as well. In short, Beerus is at a disadvantage in this fight. The God of Destruction stares at Goku with a weary smile and, remembering the first time they met, comments on how much Goku has evolved since that day. Beerus wonders if it was really wise to let Goku train with Whis for all this time, as he simply let a rival evolve to the point of causing problems for him. But after reflecting a bit, he says he doesn't regret it, as he finally found a rival who is being able to make him have an emotion in a fight. After some quiet thinking, Beerus tells Goku that it's useless to continue with this tactic of holding back, as if he continues like this, he could end up suffering a decisive attack from the Saiyan. At that moment, Universe 7's God of Destruction says that he will channel all of his power and will use his overwhelming power to subdue Goku, and he must be prepared for that. Beerus begins to concentrate his power and release his energy of destruction with such intensity that his skin begins to change color, and a strange symbol appears on his chest, something similar to what happened to Toppo in the Tournament of Power. The remnant of Beerus' energy, as it spreads through the surrounding environment, destroys part of the ground and trees untouched. Seeing the power his opponent is unleashing, Goku is impressed and also worried and excited at the same time. Whis, Vegeta, and Brawley watch in surprise as the Hakaishin's power releases. Vegeta and Brawley even feel bad about the density of the energy being released, while Whis comments that he is surprised that Beerus has finally decided to go this far. With his transformation complete, Beerus has a much fiercer expression, as if he were a true beast. He warns Goku to prepare, as he will now see the true face of Universe 7's God of Destruction. And this is where the story ends today, folks. As I said before, if you want to see the continuation of the story, help us reach the goal of 1,000 likes. And then we'll bring you part 4 of this story, as soon as possible, telling the end of this fierce fight between Goku and Beerus. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be notified when the next part is published. Thanks for watching this far, and don't forget to check out our Patreon. Dragon Ball Hakai needs you. Until the next time, bye-bye.